Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NFL Week 2 Sunday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers on Sunday, September 18th, 2022. We're going to have NFL player props, spreads, totals, money lines here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that are great value bets for this Sunday Night Football game between the Bears and the Packers. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Reminder here at the channel, guys, that we are partnered with Prize Picks, so be sure to use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100 on Prize Picks. You can also use one of our links that we have down below in the comment section and in the description. Really is a great app, guys. They specialize in player props and things of that nature. They're a lot of fun to use. Like I said, you bet just about anything on Prize Picks. Really is a lot of fun, especially for player props and things of that nature. Put multiple picks into an entry to win a lot of money. Like I said, use our code SFP for that 100% deposit match up to $100 or one of our links that we have down below. Be sure to also check out our community Discord page as well. Great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description for that. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now it's time for a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description for that. It's a great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel. It's just $3.99 per month. You get access to some custom perks such as emojis, a badge next to your name, shout outs in our videos, roll call in the Discord, and you get access to our picks early as well. So I post up all of our notes and our picks for our Straight Fire MVPs in the community tab on Discord, basically whenever I'm done with them. Whenever I'm done researching, I post that up. Usually it's about a day in advance, 12 hours in advance, something like that. So you can take advantage of that if you like, or you can just wait for the videos, whatever you want to do. All right, now let's dive right into the results from the previous episode. This is from Thursday Night Football. We had a couple great call-outs here from our comment cappers. We had Travis Hortman calling the Austin Eckler 40-plus receiving yards, was able to cash that. We also had Gloria K calling the under 27.5 points in the first half of the Chargers-Chiefs game, was also able to cash that. So great call-outs there from our comment cappers. As far as the stream results, another winning day for us here in the NFL. Our third straight winning episode. Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, now Thursday Night Football. We went 2-1 here. We're on a 7-2 run. We ended up cashing the Clyde Edwards-Helaire over 15.5 receiving yards. And we cashed the Austin Eckler under 55.5 rushing yards. He finished with 40. The only one we missed on was the Chiefs' first quarter spread. Fortunately, they just did not have things rolling offensively early. So what can you do about that? The offense actually really wasn't all that great most of the game. So what can you do about that? But we'll take another winning episode. 7-2 run here in the NFL. Let's keep it rolling today. Let's get this 3-0 sweep. So let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we are going with Justin Fields. Under 196.5 passing yards here for the Chicago Bears. Minus 114 odds here on FanDuel. So guys, we got Justin Fields going under in 7 out of 11 career starts so far. So that's obviously pretty solid right there. And he's got a matchup here with the Green Bay Packers, who have the 4th best rated secondary according to ProFootballFocus.com coming into the season. So obviously we'd like to see that. We did see the Vikings tear them up a little bit with Justin Jefferson, but it's pretty much just him. Jefferson had 184 receiving yards there for the Vikings. The Bears don't have anybody comparable to that. So I don't see Fields honestly going over this mark. He's much better when he kind of uses a combo of both. And he hasn't developed into a consistent down the field passer yet. Or they're not running enough plays for him, one of the two. But the Bears do like to run the football a lot more. They showed it last week. The Bears ran it 37 times compared to 17 times throwing the football. Now obviously it was a monsoon in Chicago, but it's kind of been the MO with Justin Fields under center so far in his starts. Bears like to run the football a lot more, and you should see that here. Obviously, you don't want to get in a shootout with Aaron Rodgers. You prefer to run the football, milk that clock, try to keep this game close. That's what they'd obviously like to do. They tried to get in the shootout last year with Aaron Rodgers. Didn't work out so well. They ended up losing that game 45-30. And Fields actually threw 2 45-plus yard touchdown passes in that game. Still only finished with just 224 passing yards in that game, though. So that accounted for half of his yards, basically. consistently asking for him to get you a lot of passing yards is just not going to happen. I don't see him hitting those type of big plays again. Like I said, this is a pretty solid secondary overall. And like I said, they did get burned by Jefferson last week, but I'm not anticipating that again here. Fields did go under in the other start versus Green Bay last year. We're closer to 170 yards. So I do anticipate, like I said, him going under. It is a scary bet, no doubt about it, but honestly, I do see this one cashing. I think, to me, I look at last week, I look at a guy like Justin Jefferson. The Bears don't really have that type of game breaker. They have Darnell Mooney, who's good. Don't get me wrong, Darnell Mooney is a good receiver, but he's not Justin Jefferson, right? And, the combo between, Cousins and Jefferson, obviously they established that last year. Mooney still got some work to do. Same thing with Fields. So we'll see what happens, but I do love it there, guys, for number one pick. We're going Justin Fields, under 196.5 passing yards here for the Chicago Bears, minus 114 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number two, we are going with Aaron Jones, over 31.5 receiving yards here for the Green Bay Packers, minus 114 odds here again on FanDuel. Guys, coming into the year, the Bears have the 31st ranked secondary according to ProFootballFocus.com. So obviously this secondary is not projected to be very good at all. And Jones lately has been being used more. Obviously him and A.J. Dillon are going to be on the field at the same time a lot now as part of the game plan. So obviously you'll see Aaron Jones used a lot more as a wide receiver and have more receiving opportunities. He did have 5 targets last week, which is pretty solid. Honestly, I think if we get 5 or 6 targets this game, I think we cash this line pretty easily. And honestly, I think we will. I really think Jones could be really well utilized in the passing game. He's obviously very good in space, very shifty, very quick. So it'd make a lot of sense for him to get the ball in his hands, especially through the air, and let Dillon do a little bit more of the running. So, like I said, Bears 31st ranked secondary. They're not projected to be very good against the pass. They had a very misleading game last week, obviously against the 49ers with that monsoon game. So you kind of take that with a grain of salt because there was just horrible conditions, crazy conditions in Chicago last week. But Jones, even in and of itself, when he's played the Bears here over the last 3 games, has cashed this line in 2 out of the last 3 here versus the Bears. And the loss that he got was pretty close to losing on the hook. He had 30 receiving yards in the one game he didn't get it. So I do like to see that. I honestly think there'll be a lot, even more opportunities here for him than last year. Obviously, with no Devontae Adams, they need his receiving. They really do. And if it didn't show last week, I don't know what else you need to see. They need him to catch the football. They need to throw the football to him. They need to throw it to, likely Lazard will be back. Hopefully that also takes the pressure off everybody else. Might open up some more holes here for Jones as well, and some better matchups for him. Because like I said, I honestly believe, Aaron Jones and Lazard now, 2 of Aaron Rodgers' more reliable targets that he's used to throwing to, obviously. So, like I said, I think you'll see a lot more looks in this offense. I like him to go over here versus the secondary, like I said, that's still got some work to do. The secondary is still not, still lacking quite a bit there on the back end. So I do think Aaron Jones could go over. I do love it there for a number 2 pick. I'm going Aaron Jones, over 31.5 receiving yards here for the Green Bay Packers, minus 114 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 3, we're rolling with the over 41.5 points here in the Chicago Bears Green Bay Packers game, minus 110 odds here on FanDuel. So guys, we got the over hitting in 3 out of the last 4 games in this series, and these totals are actually quite large. 75, 38, 51, and 66. So we had some really big scoring performances in there. And actually, a lot of times when the game is played in Green Bay, that's where you see that. So 4 of the last 5, they've gone over in Green Bay, putting up totals of 75, 66, 34, 47, and 49. So obviously I like to see that. I think this could be another great setup here. Both these defenses actually ranked both in the bottom half on the ringer.com. I use a lot of different websites and stuff for rankings and stuff. But you'll notice that pretty much anywhere you look for either the Packers or the Bears, they'll rank more towards the back end. Packers, like I said, 17th ranked defense on the ringer.com. It's a huge drop off from where they were at last year. And the Bears ranked coming in at 32nd. Now, some of that has to do with the losses, obviously, of Khalil Mack. He's no longer on the Bears. And Zadarius Smith no longer on the Packers. 2 of the better defensive players in the NFL. And Rodgers actually had to play against them last week there in Minnesota. So, these defenses really could be very easily exposed. Particularly with Green Bay there in the front 7. they're missing a lot, like I said, with the losses of Darius Smith. That was a very big loss for them. Their front seven's kind of going to struggle a little bit. Their secondary is supposed to be pretty decent. Like I said, coming in ranking 4th. We mentioned that there earlier. But I think both these front sevens could struggle. The Bears, their secondary is projected to be pretty bad as well. So honestly, I think the offenses will be able to get loose. Justin Fields does have more experience, which I like to see that. I still have him going under for yards, but I do think he could lead this team down the field either via the rushing game. And he's going to get some passing yards, obviously, but I think there will be points in this. I also think we'll see a bounce back here from Aaron Rodgers. Really didn't have his best stuff last week, obviously. And that's really the second year in a row we've seen him come out week 1 and be kind of flat. I'm expecting a big bounce back from him. Honestly, I could see the Packers hitting us over by themselves. I really could. I could see the Packers hanging 42 on a team like the Bears right now. I think the Bears' performance in week 1, like I said, was very misleading. We'll see what happens going forward. But I think we'll see some points, especially if Allen Lazard is able to play, which it looks like he's going to be able to. That'll be a big boost for this Packers offense as well. So I do see these offenses getting after it. I like the Bears offense more than I did last year. Fields in his second year. This running game pretty solid there with Montgomery and Khalil Herbert. They can run the football. Obviously, Fields can run the football. So they have a pretty dynamic running game. And honestly, I think I see this over here hitting today. So do love it there, guys, for number 3 pick. We're going with the over 41.5 points here in the Bears-Packers game. Minus 110 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Guys, I appreciate all of your support here at the channel. We're going to have another video coming out for Monday Night Football on Sunday night. So Sunday night, 8 p.m., we'll have a video rolling out for Monday Night Football. I'm likely only going to be capping the Bills-Titans game. I might throw a bonus pick in for the other game as well, but right now I'm looking into just capping the Bills-Titans game. I really don't want to cap 2 games on Monday night. Kind of throws me off. It throws me off my rhythm. And really, I prefer capping the early game anyway, so then, I can watch it and I can go to bed on time and feel good, so we'll see what happens. I'm planning on just doing the Bills game, though. That should be able to keep me satisfied, and those are my Bills. We'll also be streaming that game on Monday night, so if you guys want to hang out with us on Monday night, hang out with the community for a little bit, we'll be streaming that Bills and Titans game. We'll have game audio with a watch party going on and just kind of hanging out and having a good time, so appreciate all you guys. Check out all of our social media links. I may also post up a Prize Picks parlay tomorrow on our Twitter. So make sure you guys follow us on Twitter as well. All our social media links. Check out our Prize Picks link. Great app, like I said. And also, if you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, you can also get access to the picks early if you're interested in that. Or just support the channel, whatever you want to do. So appreciate you guys. Other than that, it's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And we will catch you all next time. Peace out.